Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start the commencement ceremony for the class of 2021 at the International School Nido de Aguilas. We are streaming this commencement live on Zoom from Santiago, Chile. Please note the content of the ceremony, including the speeches, photos, and videos, are of exclusive property of Nido de Aguilas, and their use is strictly prohibited without prior authorization. Any dissemination, distribution, or copying is strictly prohibited and sanctioned by law. There is a team of specialists working behind the scenes to bring you this important moment. That said, please excuse any technical difficulties that we may encounter along the way. If we have problems with internet connectivity, we will keep moving, employ our school value of adaptability, and circle back when ready. And now, please sit back and enjoy the celebration.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2021 commencement ceremony. My name is Kate McKenna, and I'm the high school principal. As we begin, I'm pleased to invite Ms. Paz Nalagach, Assistant Head of School for National Plan Affairs, to the stage to help me open this ceremony in a very special way.
Buenas tardes. Hemos querido comenzar la ceremonia de graduación de la clase del 2021 recordando y celebrando la vida de Katy Winter, o Katy Summer, como quería que la llamáramos. Katy fue alumna de Nido desde la enseñanza básica y es parte de esta generación. Ahora que concluyen su trayectoria en Nido, los invito a guardar un minuto de silencio para honrar su memoria. Muchas gracias.
And now we would like to begin the commencement ceremony for the class of 2021.
Muy buenas tardes, señoras y señores. Bienvenidos a esta especial graduación de la clase del 2021. Mi nombre es Rodolfo Franco y esta es mi graduación número 70. En realidad, esta no es mi graduación, es la de todos ustedes y está dedicada a las madres, padres, abuelas, abuelos y sobre todo a los y las estudiantes que hoy nos dejan. Me ha tocado despedir a muchas y muchos jóvenes y en cada ceremonia me invade el síndrome del nido vacío, que es lo que la mayoría de ustedes padece cuando una hija o un hijo se les va. Nunca los volveremos a ver en plena juventud, pero hay sentimientos encontrados. Una gran nostalgia por el pasado y una positiva incertidumbre por el futuro. Se ha cumplido y terminado esta etapa tan especial para el espíritu. ¿Recuerdan ustedes lo felices que fuimos cuando terminamos el colegio? Nido ha sido, es y espero que siga siendo como una gran familia que recibe visitas de muchas partes del mundo. Y cuando alguien se va, queda un vacío difícil de llenar. Esta noche nos dejan 110 jóvenes, la mayoría de ellas y ellos han estado casi toda una vida en este colegio. Dispersos en distintas partes están los que fueron sus profesores y profesoras, quienes los están viendo. Los están viendo despedirse también junto a sus familias, a sus familiares, a sus amigos, compañeros y otros. Pero basta de palabrería, porque vayamos al presente, que ya se nos está yendo. Señoras y señores, aquí están los 110 jóvenes quienes hoy dicen adiós a Nido. ...110 estudiantes provenientes de 31 diversos países y quienes hablan 14 diferentes idiomas son los que en el día de hoy dicen adiós a Nido. Algunos estaban inscritos para ingresar al colegio antes de nacer. Varios dieron su examen de admisión a los 2 años. Muchos han vivido más tiempo en el colegio que en sus propios hogares. 33 de ellos han estado 15 años con nosotros, lo que es toda una vida. 2 pertenecen a una segunda generación. No puedo dejar de saludar a mis exalumnos Pamela Gómez, Roberto Albo y Roberto de Andraca, por haber confiado en nosotros al entregarnos a su hija e hijo.
Out of the 110 students of this class, 49 students will graduate from Nido with both the Nido Academic Diploma and the International Baccalaureate Diploma. 16 students will obtain, in addition to these 2 diplomas, the Chilean High School Diploma.
Esta es una generación abierta a la diversidad y a la integración, a los problemas que aquejan al mundo. Un curso que ha experimentado tristes emociones, el despertar social, cambios educacionales, descontroles de virus, pero también desenfrenadas y apasionadas aventuras deportivas y artísticas e intelectuales. Un grupo esforzado en la búsqueda de un propósito.
This class's main characteristics are its passion, bravery, adaptability, strength, and above all else, talent and creativity. The seniors from the class of 2021 have bonded as a generation, experiencing together moments of joy as well as hardship. Combining their ability to persevere along with their amazing academic, athletic, and artistic capabilities will lead them towards success in life. These traits, of course, are only half the story. It is the graduates' empathy, kindness, and generosity that will help them develop into upstanding people and citizens of the world.
La diversidad del grupo se manifiesta en lo heterogéneo de su origen y esto lo comprueba la diversidad de países, entre los cuales podemos incluir Argentina,
Australia,
Austria,
Belgium,
Brasil,
Canada,
China,
Costa Rica,
Croacia,
Ecuador,
El Salvador,
Germany,
Guatemala,
Honduras,
India,
Ireland,
Italia,
Japan,
Líbano,
Mexico,
Países Bajos,
Panama,
Perú,
Portugal,
Corea del Sur,
Spain,
Taiwán,
United Kingdom,
Venezuela
United States of America,
y por supuesto Chile. Señoras y señores, hoy dice adiós la clase del 2021.
Puro Chile, tu cielo azulado, puras
is my pleasure now to invite Mr. Francisco Sanchez, President of the Board of Directors, to share some inspirational words for the class of 2021.
Good evening, dear members of the Board of Directors, Headmaster Mr. David Perry, members of the administration, distinguished faculty, proud parents, graduating class of 2021, ladies and gentlemen. It is my distinct pleasure to share this evening with you and address the audience on behalf of the Board of Directors when we celebrate one of our most important traditions at Nido, the graduation ceremony. Last year, when I addressed the graduating class of 2020, I recalled how graduations had transitioned at Nido from our school's humble origins in its initial locations on a few stone houses in the foothills of Peñalolén. We talked about the different stages where graduation ceremony had been held over Nido's history, and how last year we hosted, for the first time ever, a virtual ceremony to celebrate and leave a positive, long-lasting memory for our seniors. Though we are now able to impress a more personal touch to this nice event, and we will probably be able to hand out diplomas in person, we are still holding a virtual graduation ceremony for the second year in a row because of the pandemic. However, I want this year to be a special one, as you graduates of the class of 2021 have experienced so many things, and you now know that you have what it takes to get through pretty much anything. You have demonstrated that when you come up against an obstacle, when you experience a setback, no matter how big it may seem, you have the ability, resilience, and determination to overcome any difficulty and succeed. Always trust in yourselves and remember that you have the strength to get through anything. And one of the most beautiful aspects of this is that you have done it together. As a class, you have demonstrated that you do not have to get through anything alone. Why? Because you are not alone. You have not been alone. You have always been together and you have looked out for one another. So the outcome has been that everybody has been better off. I look at your years at Nido and I can reflect on my own experiences as a Nido student and graduate. So now that you depart from Nido, I want to share with you 3 of the most important things that I have always thought that Nido gave me as a graduate. First, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Pursue your passion in life, and if you haven't found it yet, don't worry. Keep looking until you found it. And once you find it, as with all matters of the heart, you will know it is what you have been looking for. And then grab onto it and try to do it to the best of your abilities. It will be one of the most rewarding things in life. Second, cultivate strong and honest friendships. And when doing this, build upon the values that Nido stands for: appreciation of diversity, sense of social sharing, and generosity. That is, treating others with empathy, kindness, and respect in both words and actions. As the American playwright Tennessee Williams wrote, life is partly what we make it, and partly what it is made by the friends we choose. Third, always be thankful for the many blessings of life. Your families that have been your pillars throughout years of growing together, providing love, care, and support. Your teachers who have not only provided knowledge, but also, and most importantly, counsel, mentoring, and wise orientation for life. And Nido that has given you the best preparation and skills anybody could aspire to for the world that you are now living in. Be confident in yourselves. Believe deeply in your capabilities and the strengths Nido has forged in you. Our whole school is with you today, and you are going out to the world with the best toolkit anyone would want. I would like to close these remarks by expressing my appreciation to the high school teachers, counselors, psychologists, coaches, and professionals, and high school administration for how dedicated and tireless you have been through this year, evolving and reinventing yourselves several times as we have moved through difficult and uncertain times. Thank you very much. We recognize the importance of your dedication to the success of this graduating class. Graduates, we hope to see you return to Nido in the future, either as alumni, parents, faculty, or just to stop by and share your success with us. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. to the class of 2021, congratulations to you and Godspeed.
I now have the distinct honor of introducing Miss Michelle Crosby. Miss Crosby arrived to Nido in 2007 with her family. She thought she would stay in Santiago and at Nido 3, maybe 5 years. It turns out that she has stayed long enough to raise her children on the Nido Hills. She has cared for Nido students and faculty as if they are members of her own family. Michelle is an inspiring English teacher. She teaches her students not just about literature, but how to love reading, debating, writing, and analyzing ideas. This year, she was selected by the senior class to deliver the graduation speech in English, and this is such a special moment for her, as here we are in 2021 with Michelle's second son graduating from Nido. Thank you, Michelle, for what I know will be a heartfelt and loving message to the class of 2021.
It is my profound honor to speak tonight. I'm thrilled to have been chosen by this astonishing senior class. My family and I arrived in Chile in 2007. You were all 4 years old and in Kinder 1. You were soft and chubby and sweet and adorable, and that time feels like decades ago, and it feels like yesterday. Your parents and relatives who are with you physically or in spirit tonight can hardly believe that this moment has arrived. We can hardly believe you are now young adults about to end an important chapter in your lives. And I can hardly believe that I've had the good fortune, like Paul D. and Beloved, to have laid my story down next to yours these 14 years. The truth is, however, that it did not really start off as a great story. We did not have high hopes for you as you came up the pike. You were not always stars in elementary and middle school and then in high school. Your class was beset by tragedy. There were divides from within your community. Chile erupted into social unrest, and finally the pandemic. The world threw just about all it had at your class. Let me take you back to your junior year. Spirit Week came around again, and you started to prepare to lose to the freshmen again, as you had the year before as sophomores. You were prepared to lose because you had created and accepted a narrative of yourselves as failures. You'd grown accustomed to loss and to losing. And then you simply and collectively took back the narrative. You started to rewrite the story. You looked around, hey, we have incredible athletes, we have singers and dancers and filmmakers, we have people to step up and enter the contest and others to cheer madly and still others to offer support in quieter but no less important ways. We are creative and determined, and you surprised yourselves, and you surprised all of us. You began to fashion a new collective identity as a class. You wrote a different story. From there, you were unstoppable. You became leaders of the school in every possible way. You began teaching the underclassmen about gender issues, about global issues, dogs, debate, service, athleticism, the arts, kindness, and leadership. In these speeches, often we elders give advice to you, the young graduates. But instead of giving advice to you, I want to take lessons from you. No other class has undergone what you have, and look at yourselves today, tonight. You have done what William Faulkner, my favorite writer, called not merely enduring, but prevailing. In his Nobel Prize speech, Faulkner describes the duty of a poet to lift the hearts of men and women by reminding them of courage and honor and hope and pride and compassion. And you have done just that. I know you all take classes other than English, at least that's what I heard. But let's discuss what you've been doing in your English classes. You've been writing commencement speeches, reciting Hamlet, writing letters to Nido, and presenting pieces from a reflective multi-genre project. I have seen your honesty, your courage, your ability to meet the hard things by looking at them squarely. You've lifted my spirits and given me many glimpses of hope and compassion through the stories and the truths you've offered to each other and to me. Several years ago, I went to a Bruce Springsteen concert here in Chile. At one point, hours into the performance, he simply closed his eyes and fell backward, trance-like, into the crowd. It was an ecstatic moment wherein Springsteen knew that he had achieved a convergence of his spirit with those in the room. And I have felt that too. I have felt that in Z3 when I offer you a text and you grab it, analyze it, argue, debate, and discuss it. You are filled with curiosity, with scholarship, with passionate opinions and ideas. I listen to you, you earnest young scholars, and I'm reminded of a line from Cormac McCarthy's The Road, a novel in which a father and a son are in the middle of an apocalypse. But even in the middle of disaster, the father's able to recognize about his son, if he isn't the word of God, then God never spoke. And I want to tell you that being in a classroom with you is a gift. It is a sublime experience. It feels like something holy. It feels like getting a glimpse of God. Okay, not every single day, and maybe not first block on a Monday, but often enough for me to be filled with a deep and abiding gratitude. Congratulations to you, class of 2021. Take the lessons of these last 2 crazy years and know that you have the strength, the creativity, and the sheer grit to face anything. You are the authors of your own stories, and I hope you'll also be the heroes of your stories. I'll quote again from the novel Beloved, because you are all so beloved. You are and have always been your own best thing. Take your one life to live and make it a masterpiece. Those of us who have raised you, watched you grow, taught you, and loved you all the years of your lives are so immensely proud and so filled with love. We're kind of softly and uncontrollably weeping also, but more than anything, we believe in you and we are excited for you. And we can't wait to find out what happens next. Thank you.
Con mucho agrado presento a Rodolfo Franco. Franco no solo es profesor de literatura española, advisor de los cuartos medios y sempiterno maestro de ceremonias de la graduación. Es también una figura icónica de Nido que representa fielmente los valores de nuestro colegio. Los invito a escucharlo.
Gracias, amable clase del 21, por haberme elegido para decirles unas palabras de despedida. Fue realmente un agrado haber sido vuestro profesor. Mi mamá no quería que yo fuera profesor. Te vas a morir de hambre, me predijo. Y ya estoy en la graduación número 70 y todavía estoy vivo y optimista a pesar de la pandemia. Claro que estoy en el Nido de Aguilas, súper protegido. Mi mamá se equivocó. Ella estuvo por allí sentada cuando mi sobrina se graduó de Nido ya hace varios años y lloró por la despedida de las niñas y los niños que iban a dejar de aprender. No, mamá, ahora van a comenzar a estudiar. Casi todos irán a la universidad. Ya nadie se toma un año sabático. Es muy caro. Van a flojear. No, mamá, ya no hay espacio para flojear. Se van a enamorar y se van a casar. No, mamá. Es decir, sí, mamá, algunos se van a enamorar, pero no creo que todos se vayan a casar. Es muy caro. Pero, ¿y entonces qué harán? Mami, hay que dejarlo volar. ¿Volar? ¿A qué vuelo te refieres? Ah, mamá, no sea mal pensada, no pienses de más. Volar, que sean libres. ¿Y cuál fue tu papel en todo esto? Fue estar con ellos, leer, analizar, comentar, interpretar, invitarlos a debatir acerca del futuro de la humanidad. Mirar por la ventana, mamá, mirar hacia afuera y ver lo que está pasando realmente. Pero, ¿pudieron verlo todo y entender lo que está pasando? Yo creo que sí, pero van a sufrir. Hay tantos problemas allá afuera, hay tanta miseria, hay tanta injusticia, tanta incertidumbre, tanta indignación. Sí, mamá, pero también hay razón, hay esperanza, hay bondad. Ellos van a ser profesionales, mamá, van a derribar muros, van a construir puentes, van a limpiar los ríos, van a descontaminar el mar, van a plantar árboles, van a mejorar enfermos, van a eliminar la pobreza, van a desenmascarar la corrupción de cuello y corbata y la de tacos y cartera. Van a divulgar que la palabra progreso no tiene sentido mientras haya pobreza en el mundo. Van a comprender los acontecimientos globales y van a distinguir entre las fechorías y la justicia. Pero todo eso es muy difícil de lograr, ¿sí? Muy difícil. Pero los hemos alentado para conseguirlo. Alguien afirmó por ahí que a la filosofía, a la religión y a la ciencia se les está agotando el tiempo, mamá, y que los relatos antiguos se han desmoronado y que no hay nuevos relatos para sustituirlo. Pero, ¿tú crees que lo harán? ¿Recuerda lo que te pasó con tu alumno? No, mamá. Tenemos fe en todas, en todos y en todes. Oh, qué diversidad, qué seguridad. De todo eso se trata la educación del siglo XXI. Sí, mamá. Ellos saben que la educación comienza cuando se les olvida todo lo que les hemos enseñado y empiezan a usar lo que han aprendido. Oh, cuánta confianza. Y ahora, mamá, tengo que prepararme e ir a la graduación, pues tengo que hablar y decirles unas cuantas palabras de despedida. ¿Y qué les vas a decir? No, mamá, les voy a susurrar. Carpe diem, carpe diem. Ah, es lo que yo te decía cuando eras niño, pero en castellano. Recuérdales el significado. Carpe diem, pero con mascarilla. Carpe diem significa vive el momento, ten sueños, ahora que eres joven, pues el tiempo feroz cortará pronto tus manos, nublará luego tus ojos y sellará finalmente tus labios. Vive este momento. Bueno, y aquí estoy. Les confieso que esta conversación nunca existió. Mi mamá murió hace ya varios años, pero hoy la rememoré para despedirlos y para decirles adiós, clase del 2021. Intenten ser honestos y felices. Fue realmente un honor haber sido vuestro profesor. Adiós.
I am pleased now to introduce our next speaker, Vicente Valdez. Vicente has completed the triple diploma at Nido. He shares the second highest GPA in the class, and he is one of 6 students completing an extended essay in math. His teachers note that he is known as an individual with curiosity, a remarkable openness to ideas and experiences, and a sophisticated capacity for analysis. Vicente is an active and beloved member of our school community. Thus, it's no surprise that his classmates voted him to be the student speaker in English. Thank you, Vicente, for sharing your words with the class of 2021.
Thank you. So, good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on where in this pandemic world you're tuning in from. And thank you so much, class of 2021, for giving me the honor of speaking on behalf of you all today. I just wanted to begin by saying a big thank you to everyone who took part in this journey that is now coming to an end. Thank you to our teachers, who for many of us were also friends and confidants. Thank you to our friends and families for your love and support. And finally, a special shout out to our parents and guardians who have had our back since day one. And by the way, even though we say we're all grown up and want to be independent now, we still need you, and we always will. And now my message to my dear class of 2021. You probably know me as Vicente, Vice, Vicho, and or Kiwi, a nickname I literally got for eating too much kiwi in elementary school. I arrived in Nido in second grade, stayed for a year and a bit, and then had the privilege of living abroad for 6 years. And then in ninth grade, I had the great joy of returning to the school. And although I was new again, I felt right at home. I reconnected with my original friends that remembered me, Mr. Kiwi, and being an international kid myself, it was also really easy for me to connect new people. And for those reasons, I managed to meet the vast majority of you, each with your own quirks, personalities, passions, and talents. And I think that some of us are very different from one another. I must say that I see all of you, and I truly mean this when I say it, as beautiful people. People that I've learned so much from, people that I admire, and people that I care about. You, all of us with our caps and gowns in the Zoom, you are the greatest gifts that I've gotten from Nido. And as much as I'm happy that all of us are off to explore new horizons, it's going to be bittersweet to part ways. So amongst these feelings of excitement and sadness, joy, and in a way denial that everything is coming to an end, I decided that for this speech, I wanted to give you all a few enlightened words. I think calling it wisdom may be a bit too much. But before I do, I just wanted to quickly address the irony of an 18-year-old boy who knows very little about the world. I mean, I literally learned to do my laundry last year, wanting to give you some life advice. So I'd leave it up to you to decide how closely you follow it. I want to talk to you about a concept that I've really struggled to embrace, but that I find extremely valuable to have: self-love. I think that every single person with us today has at one point or another had the thought, I am not blank enough. And I'm willing to bet that at least in one instance, a thought like that has stopped us from trying to do something we wanted to do. It's happened to me countless times. So I want us to take a moment and look back at everything that we've been through. In ninth grade, we lost the shining light that Gati was. And that left many of us with a void that we're still trying to comprehend. Then we saw our school ablaze with a social crisis, and the problems of our country suddenly took a tangible shape. And most recently, our lives got turned upside down by this thing called COVID, a terrible disease that has taken many of our loved ones away, and that has also changed every routine aspect of our lives. We missed out on many of the things we would have loved to do, and many times we were overcome by this feeling of languishing, of feeling devoid of motivation, of feeling stuck. And on top of all that, there's the personal battles we fought, and perhaps are still fighting, that have marked us and changed us. And now I want us to realize that we're still here. We're still standing. Despite everything the world has thrown at us, we've made it this far. I think that if we were all enough to get to today, then I assure you that we are capable enough, determined enough, and resilient enough to chase whatever dream we want to chase. We are all enough to try. We now have a chance to reinvent ourselves. I mean, it may feel a little different just because we're all hairy and smelly now, at least us boys, but our first day of university is going to feel very similar to our first day of school. It's a whole new world in front of us. So in preparation for this new beginning, I encourage you to try to do two things. The first is to push yourself to pursue what you want to pursue. And sometimes that means failing because no one is good at everything. But you can't ever be successful at something new if you don't try it. This might sound kind of ridiculous, but for me, something that really terrified me was dancing reggaeton, because I considered myself to be kind of like stiff when it comes to dancing. But at a party a couple of weeks ago, I made the conscious effort to try because, well, I really wanted to dance with a certain person. So I slowly let myself go with the music, started moving my hips a little bit, and eventually ended up kind of like flailing to the rhythm. But while I was dancing, the girl I was dancing with told me that I was moving like a chess piece. Now, I have nothing against chess, but when you're going for a spicy Latino dance, a chess piece's motion is the last thing you want to be going for. But the point is, I tried. And although I failed to some extent, I'm happy that I went ahead and did it. Not only because I had a great time trying, but because I pushed myself to take that first step and took it. And for you, that thing might not be dancing reggaeton. It might be giving a speech, singing a song in public, participating in a class discussion. Whatever it is, I invite you to try. Love yourself to the point where you can go out there, give it your all, and be proud of yourself for being you, even if you don't accomplish what you wanted to. Worst case scenario, you get a good laugh out of it. And the second, which is intertwined with this concept of self-love, is to be open. Go out there and meet as many new people as you can. And not only the people that are exact copies of yourself, but the people that are opposites, because those are the people you learn the most from. So seek connections, expose yourself to new people and embrace them. Love yourself, but also be open to loving others. I love you guys. I believe in you guys. And I hope you have a blast in this next stage of your lives. Thank you for everything.
Muchos eran los antiguos alumnos que querían decir el discurso de despedida en español y todos lo merecían, pero fue solo una la elegida. Ella es de nacionalidad chilena, ha estado 15 años en Nido, es candidata para obtener los 3 diplomas que otorga Nido. Sincera, espontánea, intrépida, preparada para enfrentar con inteligencia, mesura y resiliencia el incierto futuro que nos espera. Señoras y señores, con mucho agrado dejo con ustedes a Alexandra Mulder.
Querida clase del 2021, primero agradecerles por haberme dado la oportunidad y confianza para contar nuestra historia. Segundo, agradecer a los profesores, que siempre han sido pilares, no solo dándonos apoyo académico, sino sobre todo ayuda emocional. Para muchos fueron confidentes, fueron parte de nuestra evolución. Para comenzar, quiero anticipar que somos una generación distinta a cualquier otra, y les voy a explicar el porqué. Este colegio forma individuos diversos, en donde aprendemos desde chicos sobre muchas culturas y países. La internacionalidad que caracteriza al colegio y a los estudiantes es algo que se enfatiza en todas las graduaciones. El tema es que nuestra generación es única. La diversidad nos caracteriza, sí, pero ciertamente no nos define. A nosotros nos define lo que hemos vivido en 9º, 10º, 11º y senior year. Este discurso se lo dedico al futuro, marcado por nuestro pasado. Todos esperan que hoy hable de los recuerdos. ¿Cómo olvidar cuando el MPP y el Stevenson se volvieron campos de batalla y las gomas empezaron a llover? Yo misma estuve suspendida con mis compañeros. Por situaciones como esta, nuestra cuestionable fama fue creciendo. Éramos la generación que revolvía el gallinero. Hasta criamos una guagua, the one and only Morpheus. En fin, siempre fuimos una generación un tanto polémica. Al entrar a high school, bueno, cabe decir que no hemos tenido una educación media común y corriente. Todos acá hemos pasado por algo común. Eventos que dieron vuelco a nuestras vidas. Vivimos una pérdida, una tragedia humana. Nuestra compañera se convirtió en un ángel. Vivimos estallidos sociales y hoy vivimos una pandemia. Producto de estos acontecimientos es que tuvimos el regalo de cuestionarnos tempranamente la vida. Íbamos por ella con prisa, fiesta, chismes, estudio, hasta que el tiempo se detuvo. Parecía eterno. Recién ahí pudimos levantar la cara y mirar por primera vez nuestro reflejo. El silencio dio paso a tormentosas preguntas. ¿Qué haré con mi vida? ¿Cuál es mi propósito? Por favor, encuéntrate. De un minuto a otro ya no estábamos viviendo el mejor año de high school, sino que teniendo un despertar. Había estallado la burbuja. Tantas preguntas detrás de 4 paredes. Todos acá luchamos a solas, en silencio, literalmente en mute, con el micrófono apagado. Tantas batallas silenciosas que hemos sobrellevado. Clase del 2021. Mírate, ve la fuerza, la resiliencia y el amor propio que cultivaste. Lo cierto es que somos seres racionales, que buscan respuestas a la vida. Y así, de a poco, fuimos saliendo del aislamiento para darnos cuenta que el amor, la vida, este famoso propósito, todo esto es en comunión, es compartido. Al amarnos a nosotros mismos, supimos amar al prójimo, holísticamente. Nació la empatía, la humildad, la conciencia, y nos dimos cuenta que somos individuos con un universo completo de heridas, historias, momentos y valores. El amor fraternal enriquece nuestra existencia. Es una fuerza que dota este mundo de un sentido, de un propósito. Fue entonces que logramos darnos cuenta que la vida se potencia cuando desarrollamos nuestra humanidad, tal como el amor y la razón. Las revoluciones sociales y emocionales nos empujaron con fuerza a reconocer y a usar nuestro privilegio. En tiempos de necesidad, tuvimos que no tan solo responder a nuestras responsabilidades como estudiantes, sino que tuvimos que asumirnos como líderes, como una mano amiga a comunidades que nunca han tenido nuestra comodidad. Esta generación vive, acoge y hace el cambio. Entendimos la responsabilidad que conlleva el privilegio, la responsabilidad de desafiarlo, a trabajar para desmantelarlo y actuar en alianza hacia quienes pagan este alto costo. Lo tenemos muy cerca, porque nuestra educación al mes cuesta más del triple de lo que gana la mitad de los chilenos. ¿Qué nos dice aquello? Mientras la mayoría de las familias sufrían crisis económicas, buscando cómo sobrevivir, nosotros en cambio tuvimos el lujo de cuestionar la existencia. Todo esto no puede quedar en nada. Tenemos un rol muy importante que tomar ante esta nueva etapa fuera de Nido. Seremos agentes de cambio, con madurez, inteligencia emocional y sobre todo con conciencia social. Clase del 2021. Son muchas las cosas que nos diferencian, pero nos une el sentido humano de la vida, lo que significa la fragilidad de la misma y su diversidad. Nos vamos de este colegio con un despertar que muchos no han tenido el privilegio de tener. Hemos sido una generación polémica, pero trascendente. Una que cuestionará la sociedad y valorará ante todo la humanidad del mundo, la vida de uno y de otros, por la libertad, la igualdad y ante todo la fraternidad. Felicidades, querida clase del 2021.
The assistance of NPA President Vanessa Mayorga to confer the Outstanding Senior Awards.
Each year, the Nido Parents Association sponsors the Outstanding Senior Student Awards, with the goal of recognizing 2 seniors who has the best contribute to the development of Nido's school mission and values. The criteria for this award that are considered include active participation in school activities, visibility and concrete evidence of leadership, well-rounded character, supportive behaviors, strong communication skills, and high academic standings. The first student's passion for learning knows no boundaries. He is driven by a question of why rather than what, and is never bound by an assignment's maximum gradebook value of 100%. Faculty agree that the student's natural academic ability and increased intense curiosity have made them better teachers always, needing to be ready to respond to his constant probing questions and requests for constructive feedback. This student has persuaded all 3 diplomas offered Nido. He shared the highest GPA in the class and is one of the two seniors enrolled in IB higher level math and two IB higher level science. This student has a heart that is as big as his intellect. His legacy at Nido will be creating community through Stuka, student ambassador, and the varsity soccer and rugby teams, as well as helping those in need through NHS, Nido Lunch Club, and Comida Solidaria. His superpower is offering himself and his beliefs to different perspectives. He doesn't see good and bad, right or wrong. He recognizes shared value and makes deep connections that have only made the entire Nido community stronger. Next year, he will unleash his sharp mind and empathic heart at Stanford University. This year's Outstanding Senior Student Award is presented to Arturo Domingo Kapfer. Now, for the second award, this student is a rock star, literally. She's the heart and soul of Nido's musical programs, leading 3M and the jazz and rock bands, playing multiple instruments like guitar, ukulele, bass guitar, drum, alto saxophone, and executing all the technical and engineering aspects of visual musical practices and performances that have taken place during the pandemic. In addition to her incredible musical talent, she's also an intellectual and athletic powerhouse. She has elevated her IB math, physics, and chemistry knowledge with STEAM experiences in coding and robotics. Early morning workouts and full-time training camps during school breaks have turned this student into a fierce tennis competitor. Her poise and positivity are truly unique. On her own words, this student has always been a part of everything: club committees, music bands, debate teams, and sporting events. In the word of her teacher, she's also a beautiful human being who understands the importance of connecting with others and inspiring people to hard work to achieve their goals. Her grit and growth mindset will, without a doubt, ensure her success as she enters the engineering program at Pennsylvania State University next year. This year's Outstanding Senior Student Award is presented to Josefina Roberta Lara.
The Nido de Aguilas Award for Academic Excellence recognizes a senior who values the importance of education, has demonstrated outstanding academic performance, and made an exceptional contribution to the school and community. How do teachers describe this student? Always engaged, always curious, always inclusive. Teachers admire this student for his maturity and balance, and they are impressed by his independence and discipline. According to one IB teacher, he is the best student he has ever taught in over 20 years in the classroom. This student is a natural intellectual, but he's also a community leader. On the court or in the classroom, he leads with the mindset of wanting the best for the group, not wanting to be the best in the group. He indeed holds himself to the highest individual standards of effort, integrity, and respect, but teachers and peers alike admire this student for his ability to know when it's his turn to lead. This student pursued all 3 diplomas offered at Nido. He shares the highest GPA in the class, and he received departmental awards for his accomplishments in science and social studies. Next year, the student will take his talents to Stanford University, where he will continue leveraging all of his natural curiosity and compassion to make the world a better place. This year, the MPA Award for Academic Excellence is awarded to Nicolas Gutierrez. Okay, seniors, now it's my turn to deliver some words to your class. And I thought for several weeks now about this graduation speech as I tried to reflect on the year. We've been through a myriad of emotions and experiences, yet I found it hard to put into words how I was feeling. I also worried that you would not want to listen to another Zoom lecture. So I decided to take a different approach to this year's address to your class. I chose to lean into an experience that I had last July, right before we started your senior year. Not surprisingly, this experience actually happened at home on my TV, because if you recall, we really weren't doing much in July of 2020. But nevertheless, as some of you know, last July, Disney Plus released the staged version of Hamilton the Musical. And I didn't really know much about this musical other than it was all the rage in the US and that people were paying hundreds of dollars to see the show and be part of the experience. I also knew that last year when some members of your class were performing in the Heights, they kept telling me, it's by the same guy who wrote Hamilton. That's great, I said, not really knowing what that meant. And so, last July, I sat on my couch and began streaming Hamilton, along with apparently some 2.7 million other households. To be honest, I didn't expect much when I started it. I had no idea how incredibly moved I would be by this experience. Here was the story of one man, Hamilton. And as I watched his life unfold through time, I realized that I'd never felt more connected to a historical reimagining. And I think the performance helped me, in a sense, begin to frame the pandemic. Like Hamilton, we are all living through a fragile and unpredictable moment in time. And yet, we have to believe that this moment will eventually have meaning. It will tell a story. That story will be greater than any one of us. And perhaps our story will inspire future generations. When the performance ended, I had tears streaming down my cheeks. I wanted to watch it again and again. In fact, I couldn't get enough. I kept thinking about life, our stories, and our future legacies. And then my kids watched Hamilton. My children were 4 and 6 at the time, and somehow this very historically dense plot had the ability to move and inspire them. And suddenly they wanted to see Hamilton again. And then a few weeks later, they could recite the story. They knew all the words. They wanted to listen to the songs over and over and over again. And car trips, though infrequent in 2020, had the soundtrack of Hamilton running alongside them. No longer were we listening to Frozen or Trolls Holiday. No, it was all about Hamilton. And so when I sat down to write this speech, I thought about the unlikely rhythm of this year. There has not been much certainty. Many things were unpredictable and off-kilter. In fact, things still feel uncertain. But I realized that what has been a constant for me has been the soundtrack of Hamilton. It's been running in my mind like a recurring motif synonymous with your senior year. I ultimately decided that on this graduation afternoon, I would send you, seniors, out into the world with a few tips from Hamilton the Musical. After all, within any piece of art, such as a poem or a song lyric, there are messages that help us think about our lives and process a particularly intense moment in time, like a graduation. And so, as you leave Nido today and finish the final stanza of high school, here are some ideas from Hamilton that perhaps will serve as a light post for you as you step into the world and sail towards your next destination. Now, of course, the only appropriate way for you to hear these messages is in lyrical format. So, I've asked for some help from a few of your friends. I hope you don't mind. And so, without further ado, here are those 4 memorable moments from Hamilton. Number 1.
There's a million things I haven't done, but just you wait, just you wait.
Seniors, this year has felt like a lot of waiting. I know you are ready to jump back into the rhythm of life and explore. I hope that your Nido education has ignited a fire inside of you. Each of you will embark upon a journey in order to explore your unique interests, and we are excited to follow your story. If you can, take with you into the world a sense of hope. When you believe that opportunity awaits, you will find possibility. Keep your spirit agile, your passions ignited, and know that hope propels. Number 2.
I wanna be in the room where it happens, a room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, wanna the room where it happens, the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens, the room where it happens, the room where it happens.
Seniors, there have been times in my life where I hesitated. I got invited, but I didn't go. I didn't apply because I wasn't sure if I was good enough. I let a good idea fade. I didn't follow up because I wasn't sure if I would be successful. Maybe this year has helped us see the preciousness of participating, the importance of being part of something. When given the choice in the future, will you step outside of your comfort zone? When your confidence is rocked, will you lean into that moment and grow? The pandemic has helped me learn how to embrace the uncomfortable so that from now on, I will not shy away from the room where it happens. I hope you will move into the world by putting yourself into new situations with confidence. Number 3.
One last time, and if we get this right, we're gonna teach them how to say goodbye. You and I.
People don't often teach you how to say goodbye. It is assumed you know how to do it, but there's an art to it. I admit, as an adult, I struggle with it. But if I could offer you some advice, seniors, it's how to say goodbye. First, take it all in. If you drive through the gate tonight, look around. Notice the mountains, the Nido Hills. Remember yourself the first time you came through the gate. Notice the last time you will leave it. Next, consider your journey. Where did you stumble at Nido? Where did you soar? What did you learn? How did your perspective change? Finally, listen to your heart. Think about your teachers, your classmates, your family members who have all supported you in this journey. Tell them why they matter, how they had a part in your journey. Offer them your gratitude for helping you into adulthood. It is through these moments where you appreciate and reflect upon your journey that you can really say goodbye and take a step forward. Number 4.
I'm not throwing away my shot. I'm not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
Seniors, do not throw away your shot. And by saying that, I mean, think about what matters to you most. It's one thing to have awareness, but it's quite another thing to have impact. How can you get more connected to issues that are important to you? Your Nido education has taught you how to articulate your ideas, collaborate with diverse communities, and solve complicated problems. As you step into the world, seniors, we hope that you will not throw away your shot. Take action on issues that really matter. And so, therein lie the 4 pieces of advice that I've curated from Hamilton in order to give you a proper send-off from Nido. And I recognize that some of you haven't seen Hamilton, and that doesn't matter. If you remember nothing else, consider these 4 graduation commandments. Have hope for the future, be confident, appreciate and reflect, take action. Seniors, it has been an honor to be part of your Nido journey. We are proud of you. We will always remember the grace and courage that you used to weather this tenacious storm. And now, before your journey ends, perhaps there's just one more point that needs to be said. You are a great class. You are a great class. You have bonded more than you realize, and perhaps more than other classes before you. You have overcome some of life's most difficult challenges. You also have a community of people who care about you deeply. When circumstances challenge you in the future, remember the power of being part of something bigger than yourself. It is our hope that your class, the class of 2021, will always stay connected. And if we want to tie that notion of leaving but staying connected back to Hamilton, then I imagine it might sound a little something like this. What comes next? You've been freed. Do you know how hard it is to lead? You're on your own. Awesome. Wow. Do you have a clue what happens now? Oceans rise, empires fall. It's much harder when it's all your call. All alone when you go. But if you miss your friends and family, you can come home to Nido. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Y ya estamos llegando a la parte más importante y emotiva de esta ceremonia, la entrega de los diplomas. Y para ello invito a quien me acompaña en este segmento, el profesor Brad Cartwright.
Alexa Adema.
Advani.
Today is our day to count our blessings. I have loved being part of the Nido community, and my favorite memory would probably be when I got to go to school in person.
María de la Luz Almeida Garret de Melo e Alvin.
I love hanging out in International Park with my friends during break time, as well as passing by my teachers' classrooms to say hi.
Catalina Álvarez. Dominique Alvo Gómez.
Thank you everyone for being part of my Nido journey, and shout out to my Nido teachers.
Say Jin On.
To the class of 2021, I really can't wait to see what everyone will be able to accomplish in this next step of our lives, and I'd like to thank you all for such a wonderful and unforgettable experience.
Eduardo Anavitarte Arrecibita.
Well, thank you very much to everybody in the generation. I think you are all incredible, and I hope we see each other in the future.
Manuela Angelelli.
Gracias Nido, gracias a todos mis compañeros, los quiero mucho y les deseo lo mejor en lo que se viene.
Tomás Santiago Enríquez Edinger.
Carlota Oster.
Lo mejor de estos últimos años, académicamente, cuestionar mi vida en clase de Franco después de leer El arte de amar. Fuera de clase, mi familia y unos buenos amigos. Felicidades a todos.
Matías Barrio Nuevo. Consuelo Bendek.
Ana Bitran. Gabriel Anthony Bolt. Josefa Brigham.
I want to thank Nido for raising me all of these years and for granting me the gift of unforgettable lessons. I also want to thank my parents for always being so loving and supportive.
Isabella Canavati.
My journey at Nido has been very special, and I have managed to forge relationships that will last me forever. Thank you, teachers and classmates, for such an amazing experience, and I wish you all the best. Good luck.
Paulina Cañedo Rodríguez.
Diego Cara.
My favorite memory here at Nido is all the friendships and jokes one could make during class time and during break time.
Ting Zhu Chang.
Nido is a big family, but you don't have to change yourself to fit in it, because it always accepts you as who you are.
Andrea Ariela Cho Galleguillos.
Quería agradecer todos los sacrificios de mi familia. También un abrazo enorme a la clase 2021 y a mis profesores, en especial a los que me rodean y son cercanos. Un beso.
Melanie Cottrell. Jack Crawford.
Dominique Crepeau.
Thank you all for the wonderful memories. Les deseo lo mejor y espero que todas sus metas y sueños se cumplan.
Samuel Crosby.
I wish this entire graduating class of amazing people the best of luck in this upcoming chapter of our lives.
Ashwin Daswani.
Gustavo de Almeida Magrin.
Hey class of 2021, throughout my last 5 years in Chile, I had the opportunity to meet great people and collect great memories. I wish you all the best because we have bright futures ahead of us.
Salvador de Andraca Díaz. Daniela Paz de la Maza Pezo.
I loved being a student at El Nido and classmates of all of you. I wish you the best on your trip and always be happy wherever you go.
Carla de las Heras.
Something I love about Nido is how international it is and the opportunities it gave me to meet people from a variety of cultures.
Carolina de Sousa Bagaroso.
My favorite memory from Nido are from my econ classes with Mr. Blyler. They were awesome, and also I had Caro and Mel sitting next to me.
Nicholas Dent.
Well then, goodbye. Off to old Blighty for me now. Cheerio.
Mauro Dicenso. Emilia Paz Dipede Álvarez. Renzo Ding.
My best experience at Nido was training in the Nido swim team and working out in the gym with friends, and being able to receive good quality of education here.
María Fernanda Dorantes.
In all of the years I was here at Nido, I just want to thank all the friendships that I made and that have been an impact to me and that I will cherish for the rest of my life.
Francisco David Escorihuela García.
My favorite memories at Nido were the trips made available to us and the experiences that were shared between our peers, and how we'd find and meet new people that would influence our lives for years to come.
Cristobal Espinosa.
Iago Fernández Figares.
My favorite memory about Nido is getting back to campus after a year of quarantine, seeing my friends, my teachers, and being able to enjoy my last year of high school.
José Flaño Iglesias.
Gracias profesores, compañeros, amigos y familia por hacer mi experiencia en Nido algo inolvidable.
Francisco Flores Candia.
What I love most about Nido is the atmosphere that is transmitted once you enter the school, and how you feel part of this large group of international students that together bond with each other.
Sarah Galator.
Class of 2021, I have been so inspired by all of your resilience and your passion, and I just really can't wait to see what the future holds. We made it!
Jose Galindo.
What I love about Nido is how welcoming the community is. Whoever you meet, you will grow alongside with, not only as a student, but as a person as well.
Nicolás Garcia.
Something I love about Nido would definitely be the people. Here, I got to meet some of my best friends, as well as experience a number of things I wouldn't have anywhere else.
Daniel Andrés García Andrade.
It's been great to get to know everyone in the Nido community over the last year, and I can't wait to see what everyone does in the future.
Catalina Garcia Masi.
I will always remember Nido as a place that welcomed me and gave me the chance to meet such amazing people and make so many memories with them.
Martina García Yavarone.
Joseph Gomez.
I'm personally proud of being part of such a bright class. I know we have some individuals that are going to go on to do some big things, and I can't wait to see what we produce.
Riley Brett Phillip Greenwood. Daniel Gustin.
Congrats, class. We've done it. Despite all the challenges presented throughout our years together, we've been able to stay resilient and united. The future is bright for everyone.
Nicolás Gutiérrez Sillenberger.
Nido es el lugar en donde conocí a los mejores amigos. Tuve profesores que me marcaron y formaron para siempre y me llevo los mejores recuerdos. Gracias, Nido.
Joaquín Guzmán. Julieta Hernández González.
Manuel Holweck.
Gracias a todos los que me acompañaron.
Stephen Myun Jae Jo. Daniela Yu. Yutaro Kanda.
Thank you, class of 2021. I wish you all the best of luck in your future.
Jennifer Kim.
To the class of 2021, it has been a long and crazy ride. I hope everyone remains happy and healthy. Good luck with your future endeavors.
Arturo Kupfer.
Thank you, peers, parents, teachers, janitors, and other staff members for making my school experience memorable. It allowed me, through all these years, to make it my second home.
Lucía La Roca de Mare.
Bueno, les quería mandar un beso enorme a todos mis compañeros de la generación 2021 y les deseo lo mejor en esta nueva etapa que están por comenzar.
Josefina Lara Azócar.
For the past 15 years, Nido has been my second home. The people I've met, the memories I've made, and the passions I've found will follow me forever. And for that, I thank you all.
Elizabeth Seun Lee.
Being part of this generation at Nido has truly been a memorable experience that I will always cherish in my heart.
Piri Haddad León Vendagar. Francisco Letelier.
Sean Lim.
It wouldn't have been the same without the people. I'd like to thank my family, friends, teachers, coaches, and everyone for pushing me and for all the memories.
Siqian Liu.
I have a sudden intuition that I want to say, from my truly authentic self, to wish you the very, very best anytime in the future.
Mark Lurenko.
We may not exactly know what lies ahead, but we will make it through, no matter what.
Bruno Eduardo Loyola San Martín.
I love Nido's diverse community, including its teachers, students, and staff.
Thais Lucchesi de Medeiros.
Alistair McCormick.
Some of the greatest things during these past years were all the memories with my friends, the water polo team, and all of the amazing opportunities we've been given to become well educated.
Pascual Martinez.
Gabriel Matamoros. Sebastián Miller Pasquén.
I just wanted to say that even with the downs we've had the last year or so, we still powered through and managed to finish strong. Good job, Jen. We got it.
Gianfranco Cristian Miranda Romero.
What I love the most about Nido are the diversity of its community and the richness of ideas that you can find in every classroom.
Diego Gabriel Moers Escoto.
I'm grateful for the environment that Nido has provided me with and the people that I've met that have helped me grow.
Alexandra Mulder.
Felicidades a mi querida clase del 2021. Como dice nuestro amigo Fromm, el amor enriquece nuestra existencia. A salir del absurdo, traviesos.
Thomas Mulkey.
Fernando Muñoz Saro Guerrero.
A todos mis amigos y compañeros, yo les deseo éxito y los quiero ver brillar. Y como dijo el cancerbero, all we need is love, all we need is hope.
Anthony James Murphy. Pratiti Navam.
Let all that you do be done in love.
Yu Chin Oh.
My favorite memories at Nido are the lunchtime I had with my friends. Delicious cafeteria food, sitting on the blue tables, and sharing laughters.
Jimena Ortiz.
Thank you to my generation for receiving me with such a smile and so much love. I am forever grateful and I wish the best for you all.
Martín Osorio.
One of the things that I've enjoyed about the school thus far has been the range of people that one can meet.
Heywan Park.
My favorite memory at Nido was during lunchtime when the sky was clear blue. I went to the blue table to eat lunch with my friends.
Camila Parrilla.
Paola Pavés.
Gracias Nido por darme la oportunidad de conocer a personas tan increíbles y tan distintas. A mi generación, suerte en el futuro.
Esperanza Penhallow. Martín Prado.
In my past 4 years here in Nido, I have loved spending every minute of it with my fantastic friends, classmates, teachers, and staff that make up this community.
Carol Raleigh.
Martín Reuter Contreras. Bárbara Río Mayor.
Despite our time being short, I'm honored to be part of Nido's 2021 graduating class and to be part of a generation that has proven so much grit against adversity.
Manuel Ignacio Rocha Alfonso.
You know, it's been 3 years since I got here, and I'm just extremely thankful for everyone and everything I've managed to meet and do here. Thanks, Nido.
Efren Rojas.
Alex Ruiz Suárez. Agustina Rumberger.
Primero agradecer a los profesores que en el camino me ayudaron a formarme como estudiante y como persona. Y también dar las gracias al colegio y la comunidad por tantos años memorables y por la ayuda a poder seguir con mis estudios afuera.
Jimena Santiesteban.
Gracias a Nido y a todas las personas que conocí este año por hacerlo tan inolvidable y especial.
Alan Sarkis.
Hi everyone, I want to say thanks to everyone, students, teachers, for making this last 2 years in the pandemic the best possible. And I wish you all the best in your future lives.
Martín Schildkrut.
The class of 2021 is the toughest in Nido's history. I love the diversity of Nido, and my favorite memory at Nido is all of the friends I have met and people.
Javier Soto Ferreira.
Woo, 2021.
Sansi Tan.
I really appreciate my experience in Nido in this multicultural environment. I really learned from every single one of my classmates.
Benjamin Tauber.
Benjamin Tobar.
Naomi Uchida. Vicente Valdés Pineda.
Guys, I just wanted to thank you all for all of the amazing memories and moments we've had together. Good luck, and I'm sure you guys will do great things wherever you go.
Annelies Van Tumbeke.
Thank you to my classmates for welcoming me back with open arms junior year. I will always appreciate Nido's spirit, compassion, and resilience.
Zaylene Wang. Camilo Wu.
Thanks, Nido, for all the great memories, and I wish everyone the best.
Javier Ibarra Gómez.
One thing I love about Nido is the variety of programs and classes that they offer to students to ensure that everyone has an opportunity to develop their own talents.
Haier Yun Feng.
My favorite thing about Nido has always been the ambient of the international community, of course. The community has helped a lot to both the students and the parents.
Gaston Zapata. Jiwen Zhang.
Before I begin my remarks, let me first say thank you. Thank you to Kate, Paul, Paz, Zach, Juan, Javi, Josefina, and all the other people who organized the senior finish and this graduation ceremony for the class of 2021. One of the things that makes Nido so special is how much everyone here cares about the students. You have all made such great efforts to finish the year off well and to hold meaningful celebrations for our seniors, taking everyone's hopes and wishes into consideration while complying with the Minaduk's regulations. On behalf of the entire community, please accept our heartfelt gratitude and appreciation for all that you have done. You have given of yourselves fully for the benefit of the students and the school, and we are all deeply, deeply grateful. Now to the seniors. Graduations are important events, marking, among other things, a distinct break in time. Your graduation today presents you with a frontier, a border between one stage of your life and another. This particular transition is so important that it is marked by ritual and formality and is memorialized with an important document called a diploma. The etymology of the word diploma begins with Latin and originally referred to a folded document that allowed a person to travel between provinces. We are all excited to be here today to present you with your diplomas, which not only demonstrate successful completion of a Nido education, but also, metaphorically, a transition from one province of life to another. One moment, you are a high school student, and then the next, you are not, nor will you ever be again. Before you cross the border, however, I'd like to share with you some reflections that I've had about your class and your high school experience, one which was like no other. In preparing for this ceremony, I've had a chance to wonder about how your unique experiences as individuals and as a generation might have shaped you and what you might take with you from it. And so, before you commence with whatever comes next, here are some thoughts. When I reflect on your high school experience, I am struck by how resilient, strong, and innovative you have been in the face of all kinds of challenges. From supporting each other through the loss of a classmate, to navigating a growing environment of social unrest, to drawing on your adaptability during the pandemic. You have risen to the occasion again and again and again. While gone were lots of things you were looking forward to, SAC tournaments, live performing arts events, Week Without Walls trips, Spirit Week, prom, and interpersonal, in-person relationships that typically define a high school experience, we see your spirit alive and well as you finish so joyfully together with speech day, hikes, and games. From the very beginning, your class has been close, so supportive, so creative, so funny, and so smart. You are truly an amazing class. Welcoming your class to the celebratory day, I can't help but wonder about what strengths you drew on, what new strengths you developed, and how these past 4 years will shape your perspectives about life and your expectations for yourselves and others, and how they will impact the decisions you will make in the next chapters of your lives. Going forward, there will be no shortage of new challenges. No doubt your generation is more used to things coming at you quickly. Look at the video games you play compared to the good old Pac-Man game that captivated my generation's attention. Still, even though you are adapted to a much faster pace than I was at your age, you are not invincible, and your generation is dealing with an increase of anxiety in the face of challenges you are dealing with. Beyond the personal, your generation faces a world filled with complicated issues, the rise of populism, threats to democracy, massive inequalities, a global health crisis, and of course, the impacts of global warming. I think it's worth considering what you've learned about yourselves through the challenges you have faced in high school, because this will help you continue to thrive in the face of difficulty, and even more, maybe help you solve some of these global problems. What were your go-to reactions to the challenges you faced? What strengths did you draw upon? What did you find worked for you, and what didn't feel so good? What would you do differently next time? Did you look to be part of the solution? Did you engage with others, look for opportunities to make your lives better and find new ways to improve yourselves? Did you seek help and support when you needed them? Did you take up something new to replace what had been lost? Maybe yoga, cooking, reading, music, or new friends. And by the way, it's okay if you haven't always faced the challenges with strength and positive energy. Many people, and I include myself among them, were not always able to do so. But before you move on from high school, this is your opportunity to self-assess, to dig deep, to reflect, and to affirm for yourselves that whatever challenge you are facing, you have choices about how to respond. Lots of things will happen to you in your lives that you cannot control. The one thing that you can control is how you respond to them. It sometimes takes a lifetime. All that matters is that you stay engaged in the process, building self-awareness and knowing that you can choose how to meet the challenges will lead to a sense of strength and agency, which ultimately lead to happiness, which, as you know, is one of Nido's values. It's important to work on this because the one thing you bring into every new day is yourself. And frankly, in the end, that's all you'll need. So at this moment, at this frontier that demarks one stage of your life and the next, take a moment to look back. Grant yourself that luxury. Look back at all that you've accomplished. Look back at the storms you weathered, at the traumas you faced. Look back at all the good times too, at your successes, all that you have achieved. Look back at the friends you have made and the relationships you had with your teachers. And then, after this ceremony, go forward into the history that you will make. I'm not going to sing, but I'd like to leave you with a poem by one of my favorite poets, Albert Rios. It's called A House Called Tomorrow. You are not 15 or 12 or 17. You are 100 wild centuries and 15, bringing with you in every breath and in every step everyone who has come before you, all the yous that you have been, the mothers of your mother, the fathers of your father. If someone in your family tree was trouble, 100 were not. The bad do not win, not finally, no matter how loud they are. We simply would not be here if that were so. You are made fundamentally from the good. With this knowledge, you never march alone. You are the breaking news of the century. You are the good who has come forward through it all, even if so many days felt otherwise. But think, when you as a child learned to speak, it's not that you didn't know words. It's that from the centuries, you knew so many. And it's hard to choose the words that will be your own. From those centuries, we human beings bring with us the simple solutions and songs, the river bridges and star charts and song harmonies, all in service to a simple idea, that we can make a house called tomorrow. What we bring, finally, into the day, every day, is ourselves. And that's all we need to start. That's everything we require to keep going. Look back only for as long as you must. Then go forward into the history you will make. Be good, then better. Write books, cure disease, make us proud. Make yourself proud. And those who came before you, when you hear thunder, hear it as their applause. Seniors, my graduation blessing for you is this. May you have come to know yourselves at Nido, developed here the abilities to be reflective and introspective, especially in the face of challenge. And finally, may you continue to pursue happiness for yourself through the agency of introspection and intentionality. You have everything you need inside of you to succeed in this rapidly changing world. Nido is rooting for you and here for you whenever you need us. Congratulations. Now I would like to invite the Nido Alumni Association to share a message with the class of 2021.
Congratulations, class of 2021.
Congratulations. 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 Congratulations, seniors. Congratulations.
Welcome to the Nido Alumni Association Class of 2021.
Now that you've graduated, we will continue to be connected by our Nido experience and through our global alumni network. Welcome to the NAA.
Thank you to the Nido Alumni Association for that message. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present you with the class of 2021.
Y así, señoras y señores, estamos despidiendo a esta inolvidable generación. Adiós, clase del 2021.
Cuando duerma con la soledad, cuando se me cierren las salidas y la noche no me deje en paz, cuando sienta miedo del silencio, cuando cueste mantenerme en pie, cuando se revelen los recuerdos y me pongan contra la pared, resistiré, erguida frente a todo, me volveré de hierro para endurecer la piel. Y aunque los vientos de la vida soplen fuerte, soy como el junco que se dobla, pero siempre
nostalgia y no reconozca ni mi voz. Cuando me amenace la locura, cuando en mi moneda salga cruz, cuando el diablo pase la factura, o si alguna vez me faltas tú, resistiré erguido frente a todo, me volveré de hierro para endurecer la piel, y aunque los vientos de la vida soplen fuerte, soy como el junco que se dobla pero siempre sigue en pie. Resistiré para seguir viviendo, soportaré los golpes y jamás me rendiré, y aunque los sueños se me rompan en pedazos, resistiré, resistiré, resistiré para seguir viviendo, soportaré los golpes y jamás me rendiré, y aunque los sueños se me rompan en pedazos, resistiré. Toda magia, cuando mi enemigo sea yo, cuando me apuñale la nostalgia y no reconozca ni mi voz, cuando me amenace la locura, cuando en mi moneda salga cruz, cuando el diablo pase la factura, o si alguna vez me faltas tú, resistiré erguido frente a todo, me volveré de hierro para endurecer la piel, y aunque los vientos de la vida soplen fuerte, soy como el junco que se dobla pero siempre sigue en pie. Resistiré